After a gripping season finale, fans eagerly await the second part of Ozark's fourth season to find out the fate of the Bird family. However, some observant viewers spotted a major plot hole from the first part of the Netflix crime series. When Season 4 returned to Netflix in April, the storyline revolved around the Bird family trying to put their money laundering scheme behind them and move back to Chicago. In order to do so, they had to tie up any loose ends which would connect them to crimes they had committed. This included the death of the Navarro cartel's lawyer Helen Pierce, played by Janet McTeer. Although Wendy, Laura Linney, and Marty Bird, Jason Bateman, didn't kill her, they were there when Omar Navarro, Felix Solis, did, and they were with her during her last sighting. At the time of her death, Helen was going through a messy and bitter divorce from her husband who had moved on before any papers were signed. Her disappearance aroused suspicion, and as a result, her husband hired Mel Staten, Adam Rothenberg, a private investigator, as he was getting impatient with the proceedings. Throughout his investigation, he discovered a shifty and suspicious Marty, then proceeded to ask Sheriff Nix to look into Helen's whereabouts. When he headed over to her home to look for foul play, he met Omar's nephew and successor Javi Navarro, Alfonso Herrera, who put 2 bullets in him when he realized he was a cop. Javi drove his body to the Birds and together they disposed of his body at the cemetery. While his chapter was seemingly closed, some observant fans spotted a major plot hole and took to Reddit to expose it. User Jesus Denise questioned, "How did Javi, Marty and Wendy get rid of the police car?" They added, "Javi drives the police car to the Birds' house, with Nix in the trunk, and then they put Nix in the back of Javis' car. So what happened to the police car after that? They would have had to get rid of it. So how did they get rid of the car? Did they dump that car in the river as well?" The user then compared it to an episode in Season 3 where Helen ordered death for the same reason. They continued, "In S3, Helen had Nelson kill Sue because she was a liability, she wouldn't get rid of the sports car. So Nelson killed her, and then they disposed of the car by dumping it in the river." This was a huge error because after Nix became identified as a missing person, a billboard asking for tips about his whereabouts went up. This meant the locals of Ozark, where he was very familiar, knew of his disappearance and would have recognized his car. However, the series failed to address how it was disposed of. Another fan, Wari Kiri, suggested, Javi probably had the cartel dispose of it, which would track why Omar knows Javi killed Nix. Javi also could have just bragged to Omar that he fixed the Snells having a sheriff in their pocket problem. Ozark Season 4, Part 1, is available to stream on Netflix now. Ozark Season 4, Part 2, will premiere later in 2022.